So you defeated Black Magga, who even though she's roaring for all her might, can't be heard anymore. So what's the point? And yeah, there we are. What's your plan for the day? Obviously, the flood waters are still there. Everything's all deep and treacherous.
Weren't we going to
Just-
go track down this Fens or whatever that the captain of Fort Ranning?
Aye, we do need to do that, but hang on a minute. Right, if there's always been like floodgates have opened and there's never been a flood like this bad and what have you before, and it suddenly happened now when there's a load of people in town with magical tattoos on them what are going to take greed or whatever, wouldn't drowning the entire village be a really good way to get all of them dead?
What's this village got that's worth getting all of them dead for?
I give up.
It's got all them people with the Sihedron tattoos on them, haven't it?
Yeah. Yeah, the souls of all those people that have been marked is what the advantage would be.
Aye. So, I mean, we definitely want to go and find out where Commander is. But, well, if he's there and all, but maybe we should have a word with Priest here. I mean, you know, if he's a cleric, maybe we can have him burn all them tattoos off people and heal them back again so that, you know, it's not going to actually work. And maybe then whoever's wanting everybody dead here for them souls will stop because, you know, it's magic. Maybe they'll know the tattoos have been taken off or something. I don't know much about magic, but it makes sense to me.
I don't think they'd know the tattoos have been removed. It would save the souls of any who died, but it wouldn't stop them being killed.
Oh, I mean, if you can't save them when they're alive, at least you can save their immortal souls or whatever. I suppose that's something, isn't it?
Better than nothing, I'll give you. Do you think we should have a look round and see if there are any people who need rescuing from the floodwaters before we go?
No.
Did you just say no?
So what's up? Hey, Stunty, what's up with you? You're worried you're going to get rusty or something?
Maybe. I mean, rust is something to be considered.
Well, how about we bring people to you that need treatment and you treat them? Would that be all right?
Right, I'll just be standing over here, minding my own business. Thank you very much.
No, all right then.
Right, you feel free to discuss your plans at the opposite end of the towns. I would just prefer if you did it at this end, but...
All right, what's your problem?
It's wet.
Well, of course it's wet. It's bloody been flooded.
Dundrad?
I don't float.
Well, no, neither do I. But, you know, you can swim, can't you?
No.
Okay, but you don't have to stay half a mile away from the water. I mean, you could come to the edge of it.
Yeah, but it could flood. It could come inland.
Well, tell you what, if you take your steel drawers off, I'll give you a piggyback.
No.
Right, well, look.
You can't I can't exactly be the Iron Lord if I walk about with no iron trousers on, can I?
No,
everybody'd go, Gorham, where's your trousers?
Oh.
Why don't you go have a word with local priest, see if he can sort out them tattoos, and we'll work out what we need to do to get to, you know, where Commander did his wandering. Though, you know what? I've been having a think about that. I don't think it's anything to do with the snake lady. Because if it were, why would she have been getting information from that Caven fella if, you know, she had the Commander under her control? She wouldn't have needed to, would she?
No.
Unless she needed an unmarked vessel for whomever is being summoned with all of these souls.
No, that's fair point. All right, I'll give you that one.
I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure it's about collecting souls. I think this is more of lines of debts. You know, I mean, like for example, when the god of humanity, right, was supposed to appear in the state of Chiliax, and he didn't turn up, right, because he basically died and basically changed the history of the world. That Asmodeus appeared in his place, and Asmodeus says, "I'll get you out of the shit if you sign this contract." And Chiliax went, "Okay," and they've been paying for it ever since. I think it's a debt. It's a debt. But the trouble is, I don't know how it works, and I'm all just as all mindless speculation because you're talking about a magic that's old. I mean, this is really old. This is like before dwarfs existed old.
Aye, and
And at
you're
power levels,
really
you
old.
and I
I
can.
mean, if it's older
You've
than
got-
you, it's got to be old.
Thastalon predates Earthfall, so the Thastalon Empire would have been a lot disappeared in when the planetary.
Yeah, and then we're also talking
Collision.
about power levels that are pretty much incomprehensible to us.
Yeah, I mean they put the bridge up at Magnamar. You remember the giant bridge at Magnamar?
What, that one that's taller than buildings?
Aye, that's the remnants of the civilization that was left behind.
Oh, I just thought giants built it because they're big.
No, somebody was extremely powerful. Goes, I'll move that over there, please.
So they had all that powerful magic, and they made bridges with it.
Well, some of the structures still
Never
survive.
said they were
you know?
smart, just powerful.
All right,
Don't know.
okay.
So that's why you can't find any records and nobody knows what's going on because it's like, I mean, you're talking stuff that was really old.
Because it's really, really old and high up in the air on bridges.
No, it's really old. I mean, you're predating the sky. That the put it this way, Starfall was the reason why dwarfs came to the surface. So that was the start of the Sky Quest. I mean, so you're literally, this is a civilization that's ancient. It predates everything. So I don't know. I mean, so saying that it's a name collecting souls or saying it's a debt pact, who knows? That's just because you can't look it up because you find occasional piece of pottery. But that's it. God knows what these people
If you
think.
want to know what I think, which you probably don't, but I'm going to tell thee anyway. It doesn't matter how old it is; it's still buggering things up now. So we've got to do something about it.
Yes, it's
So,
buggering things
you
up.
go have a word with priest and see if he can find out who's got tattoos on, burn them off and heal them so that they've not got them on anymore. Because I mean, it can't hurt. Well, other than the burning the tattoos off, because that'll obviously hurt. But it can't be a bad thing to take them off, really, can it? Can it?
Well, I don't know. I don't know. It's that just a wee bit ruthless, isn't it? To start mauling people.
Well, have you got another way to deal with it? Because I can't think of a better way than that.
Well,
burn them
other
off, tie them off, whatever, and heal them back up again,
Well-
and then they've not got tattoos anymore.
Well, other than going round town trying to start a fight with everybody, and then if they pull a weapon on me and then they die, and then that's not a problem anymore, is it? We elevate the problem to a higher authority.
Well, but
But-
then if you've killed them, you've done the thing that the people that put the tattoos on want done anyway, which is kill them so the tattoos have their whatever it is that they're doing thing. So then you're doing their job for them. You daft stunty.
Well, hey, listen, it's just I'm a simple foot guy. It's either total war or total peace, and nothing in between with me.
Well, let's go with a total peace. You go and have a word with priest and get him to deal with it because it's his people and all. But you're like the priesty one as well, and you talk priest, don't you? You'd like talk priesty talk. I don't talk priesty talk.
Well, he can come over here, I'm sure. I mean, he's because the isn't the church a bit wet at the minute?
That's one way of putting it.
I mean, yeah, Reedy was swimming round in it as a shark.
That's a problem. Therein lies the problem. Aye, by the way, it doesn't matter if you. It's not. I mean, it might flood again. There's things living in there.
Well,
Do you know what I mean?
aye. Have you heard of this thing called fishing? You can only do that because there's things living in water. Now, granted, that thing that I stuck your sword in the eye of, that were a very, very big bloody fish. But I don't think it's coming back.
I don't know.
Is that it? Are you worried about the big black thing?
Aye.
You're scared, aren't you?
No, not
Yes,
exactly scared.
You are. You're bloody scared. You are.
It's a tactical you can't actually tactically withdraw because that would be cheating. It's a thing.
Does this mean you're going to do the okie dokie when the tide goes in and out?
I don't know.
Come on, you're coming with me, you coward.
God.
Yeah, my name's Dundrad. I follow
Right,
the
okay,
code. I'm
don't.
a right coward, I am. I'm scared of
stop.
a little bit of water. Can't even
Right,
go paddling me.
Right, stop pushing my buttons.
Come on. Yeah, stunty, stunty, stunty.
Right, so where do we have to go?
Well, we need to find priest. He's going to be around church or looking after people, isn't he? Come on.
But isn't the
Think
water
we-
going to recede eventually?
Oh, aye,
Dunno.
but you know, we've also got to go and find Commander. We need to go back. We need to go upriver, find out why the bloody floodgates didn't work. And I'm thinking that's probably something to do with whoever's mucking around with all these Sahedron tattoos and things. Anyway,
That was deliberate, by the way. That flood was natural. That was definitely deliberate.
aye. Well, we can't go look at that until we've gone and found this Commander fella, because there's no point in going all the way back upriver just to come back down again.
Hey,
No.
Vanek, I just cast a cantrip, a sound cantrip at 11, and I got an 11 on it. And the minute it hits you, you can't speak. You go mute.
For that.
No, the only thing I can do with it is the cantrip. And all I can do is like mute somebody because
Well, anyway, well,
But
we're
only
waiting.
for one round, 6 seconds.
Well, anyway, while everybody's deciding what to do, I think I'll sit down for 10 minutes and put a bandage on this because it's a bit nippy.
Jelster and I have been doing stuff. Not that it's been. Okay, so there was nobody to rest.
Yeah, Stunty, you seem to be leaking.
Do you need to cancel tonight, Kev? Okay.
Yep, you're definitely leaking. Come on, if you can't heal yourself, let's get you to priest. See if he can help you out. I mean, we have just saved town and all. Rannick's gonna go up to the nearest scared-looking commoner and say, "Right, where's priest?"
I think I saw him throw a candlestick at me in the church when I was a shark.
I know exactly how you feel. Oh,
Or could I could just cast Talon.
That's nice and easy. No,
Yes, I'm muted again. Not for
Yeah,
you
not on.
guys.
We could hear you, but you might be muted on.
Oh, for
recording.
God's sake! I've had enough of this computer today. God knows what's going on. So
so
yeah,
I could technically take the tattoo off.
cantrip of dispel. Yes. Any normal tattoo can be removed with the a dispel cantrip. Magical tattoos, of which there are some, that's different.
Well, these are magical, aren't they?
You don't know.
Yeah, we do.
Well, they're on the list, so let's be safe than sorry, isn't it?
Yeah. Has anyone actually taken any time to count the list? Quite a lot of
What
names
list?
on there.
Well, I'm sure
What
Rannick's going to come up with a brutal way of marching everybody out in the middle of the town.
Oh, that list.
He's on the list then, roughly.
210.
That's quite a lot.
Probably over half the town.
That's an awful lot. Well, Malin Shreed's got his work cut out for him, hasn't he? Let's find the
Is
bugger.
he on the list?
Ooh, that's a good question. No, I don't believe he is. It's interesting. I have to admit, you're different. Well, they did that. All I know is that typing cantrip of dispel removes it, but that's about it. It's all gone very quiet. Discord crapped out.
I mean,
again.
we could theoretically go through them all, but I mean, we're going to have to stop for a tea break after several points, aren't we?
Oh, so Mayor Shreed. Oh, he's the mayor. Malin Shreed is the mayor apparently.
Do you know what I'm really? You know, another thing that freaks me out is the fact that if we go south, which we really need to do to find out what happened to the commander, we have to pass this way on the way back north again. And what happens if they've, they're plotting something and they set something up for us coming back?
Oh, I'm sure they're plotting something. What is entirely another question, but yeah.
You got to bear in mind that no one is in the town's going to admit to having a tattoo. So if you really want to spend time and effort getting on with that, then by all means, I'll just sort of
I think we need
advance
to
the
go
map
look at the
1 week
commander.
later, 2 weeks later, possibly 3 weeks. You might have finally rounded enough people up who haven't decided to punch your lights out, and obviously by then I'm sure nothing bad's happened elsewhere.
Now, all we need to do is convince Priest that it's bad people are gotten. He can let everybody know that if they've got one, it's going to be bad for them. Somebody's going to come and try and kill them because they've got it, and he can get rid of it. I expect people will start turning up, quietly, all nice and quiet, like in a kind of,
Like
nobody else needs to know about it. I'll just come along and get my tattoo removed. And if they don't, they deserve what's coming to them.
seems fair.
Fair enough. What's your plan?
Well, after that, I need to find a bugger that can get us over this river so we can go and have a look at where Commander might have been. You know,
I
if
can get you.
Stunty's happy with a boat,
Why can't we just go around a circle?
What? What?
On the map? Why don't we just, if you go northeast up into the hills and then round south on a big long crescent, you could go all the way round the lake. Aye, see, look, easy peasy.
yeah, we could.
See, you
If
Oh,
we
go
want
that
to
way,
get
you
there
go
too
that
late to
way,
do
and
any good.
And it would probably take weeks and weeks and weeks.
but it
There
would be
isn't
drier.
any way to reach the Shimmer Glens without crossing water.
no, because
You're
Lake.
here.
There's a
The
river.
Shimmer Glens are
there's
there.
There's a river out of Lake. I mean, we
Yeah.
could keep walking as far as the closest bridge, but I think that's going to be a very long way. I think we're going to have to cross river.
Aye, that's okay. Crossing the river's kind of better than crossing the lake because there's less chance of something big and jumpy coming out of the water.
Floodwaters
I could
have
turn it. I could turn into a
Reminds me,
like a
actually.
really big crocodile, and you could ride on my back.
But if we just cross river here, then we'll have to swim across next river, or we could get somebody with a boat just to take us across the lake.
The water level's already lowering down. Give it. If you basically give it till the morning, they'll probably have recovered the boats. And the ferry will can take you across.
Aye.
I don't think you're listening here.
And in all this time we've been arguing, do we recover our PowerPoints?
It depends. If you want, obviously you can probably find somewhere up. There was somewhere where you could stay, wasn't there? It was. I'm trying to find it.
Let's try a wee hill because this is.
It might be flooded. You might just find
crying out loud.
You might have to sort of. Yeah, I think it was flooded. Bottoms up was the tavern. The Clay Bottom Ferry, Metal Goods, General Store, Skull Ferry, Schoolhouse, Graveyard, Turtles Parlour. I'm trying to find the Turtles Parlour, which was. Actually, I should. Yeah, let's turn the water level back on for a second. Let's have a look at the water level. No, it was just above the water line. Just about outside the water, the only place to stay in town, as it were. The Turtles Parlour.
Right, well, we can rest till morning and then get a ferry across lake.
It's 5 gold pieces. It's 5 gold pieces total for the rooms for you for the night.
For all of us, or for 5 each?
It works out as 1 gold piece each for the 2 rooms he'll give you. Obviously, 1 room for the ladies and 1 room for the men.
Hang on. We just saved town from a great big black sea monster, and you're going to charge us for keeping for night in a place.
If you want to kip in rooms and get fed in morning, you can bloody well pay. Yes, you don't want to go sleep out under the stars like your hero types do. Why should my profits dwindle even more than they already have? With all the trouble that's been going on, just because you swan in here and saved the town. Don't get me wrong, it's not that I don't appreciate you saved the town, but that doesn't mean I have to bankrupt myself.
Jalsa tosses the innkeeper 7 gold pieces, 2 extra for putting up with Rannick.
He leads you up to the rooms. They're perfectly adequate, the 2 rooms. And he stomps off again.
I thought halflings were supposed to be jolly. Or was it halflings that ran the pub, not this place?
I don't know what Seston or Landy is. I think the Bottoms Up's run by halflings.
Right, I knew one of them was run by halflings.
Yads and Bethany Kester. So there we are. So an average night's rest and an average breakfast means everyone's recovered their PowerPoints, and you will be happy to Padenka on the far side of the lake, where is the Skull Ferry, across the Skull River for one copper
But
piece.
before we recover PowerPoints, does anybody want to heal me? It's a bit embarrassing, but
Well, I
Oh, the
ran
priest
with
heals
the
you.
and
Well,
asked
the
local
priest heals
priest to
you.
heal
I
it.
said that. The priest healed you if you asked him.
Yeah, I remember that being said.
Yeah. You asked the priest, he was quite happy to heal you. You saved the town and the church and everything.
And we'll
Embarrassing.
tell them about the tattoos and the idea that getting them removed is probably a good idea and likely to stop people's immortal
Day,
souls
once
being
daily round
sucked away by some
Padenka on the
evil
far
thing.
side. Oh, Padenka. Okay, so right here. Okay, so the Skull Ferry provides an as-needed service across the Skull River for one copper piece per trip. The Skull River's there. The other ferry heads all the way down to the bottom, but I'm sure you can get them to go. But those are those two. However, there are these two. There are some other wharfs down here. So for basically, for a couple for a couple of coppers, you find someone who'll ferry you across the river to the Shimmerglen's marshes.
That'll do.
Okie dokie. Let's see now if this is still going to be a pain.
could get on a boat if I stand to Bert. Bert's now my bestest friend in the world.
Yeah, Bert doesn't have a problem with getting you to the boat without any issues.
But no, I seem to remember falling down a well once and you turned into a dragon and lifted us out. Remember we had a big slidey
Something like that,
cavern
yeah.
and I went sliding like a frisbee all the way down into the well.
I didn't know you were called Timmy.
Is in the well. Right. I just realised that's what I have. I'm just still trying to fight everything here. So right, come on. You gonna work now?
We were in those caves and it was all a bit slidey and I ended up going down a cliff face. You know?
So then I need to look at the settings because I get the impression something's going on. Okay, right. Let's see what happens now.
Wonder what these Shimmerglens are like then.
Still a bit quiet, but that I heard that. You hearing that?
I heard part of what you just said, but not all of it.
Is that working? Yeah, it's working. Turn it all off and on again. I don't know. Okay, so you get across the river to the Shimmerglens. Ooh. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm really sort of out of sorts with everything that bugged me up earlier. So,
Well, let's start looking around for any tracks that might be Commander. But he's human. He's humanoid, so I can re-roll.
the Shimmerglens grow tangled and densely packed once you start to travel out of the sight of the swamp's edge.
Jelssa's been paying attention to what Rannick does.
Has anyone got boating?
No, but I could turn into something that can swim.
No, it's okay. I was just curious. So it looks like you're going to have to do it the hard way.
Such as usual.
This person that's just boated us over, how much will it cost for them to keep boating us around a bit?
He seems most eager to head back.
And has he got a tattoo?
Did you ask him? Did you
No,
search him
that's the
before you
first-
got aboard?
No, I would like to know whether or not the guy we're taking the boat on has got a tattoo.
As soon as you ask him that, he says no.
Well, there's two ways we could do this, Stunty. We can pin him down and strip him, or we can take him at his word.
The guy just carried us across the river on the boat without drowning Dondred. I think we should just let him go about his business. Leave
Yeah,
the priest
I
in-
mean, it's
leave the cleric in town to deal with it.
fair enough. Aye, that seems reasonable.
So, wading it is. Unless, of course, right, if you step on these bits are solid.
Well, the shimmer glens grow tangled and densely packed. Apparently, quite as soon as you start to move away from the swamp's edge. So, I mean, apparently the easiest way to get around is by rowboat, navigating the narrowest channels of water. I'm not convinced that really helps because I'm sure you need to get away from that. So, yeah, I'm sure, as you say, you can work a way through it.
It'll be slow going, and Jelsa's going to be probably up to her armpits.
Jelsa can ride on my back. I'll give her a piggyback.
You'd think Rannick would be a gentleman working on his human side and just offer to give me a ride on his shoulders, but, you know.
Nah, evidently not.
I offered.
I know you did. That's because you're nice.
And I'll accept your offer and shoot Rannick and look like, you know, this slender little elf can do this, and you big hulky guys are just.
Let's try that again, shall we?
Rannick's trailblazing and looking for tracks. If Jelsa wants to ride on his shoulders, that's fine.
I can help you look for tracks. I just don't want to burden Irina. She's so slender, you know. It's like.
Oh.
Have you met Rini? She's tough as old boots.
You both managed to compliment me from completely opposite viewpoints. I'm quite flattered.
I thought that was good. That I liked that too.
You're probably the only one that hasn't managed to piss off at least one other member of the party.
Half this time.
Annoyed then.
I don't know. It all went over my head, but let's face it, it's not that difficult.
You have to chill out.
Sorry. I'm actually starting to pay attention now, so I will actually start awarding all the excellent. In fact, you know what? You did all some excellent role playing earlier while I was sitting there quietly seething at my computer. So we shall award everyone a Benny for some excellent role playing.
Down then.
So before Rannick can take back his offer, Jelsa scrambles up and climbs up on his shoulders. And I'll help you look for tracks.
Okay.
I don't think you'll find many on top of my head, but you know.
Well, I mean,
She'll look down from up there.
yeah, and I can see a long ways from up here, so.
Can I have some notice checks, please?
JJ, be quiet. Sorry, I forgot to mute before I take the dog off.
Schnookums is doing.
Yeah, Schnookums and Bird are kind of trying to find the driest routes around.
Yeah, he don't look happy.
Where did we leave our horses?
I'm going to assume you left them in Turtleback Ferry.
Okay.
Which seems reasonable. But okay, Schnookums got a raise. Okay, but if we were okay, so Schnookums is going. This gets interesting. So what I'm going to have to do here is I'm going to have to ungroup Schnookums. That's quite interesting. So Rannick is surprised. Arena is surprised. Jelsa is surprised. Bert is surprised. Dondred is surprised. But Schnookums isn't.
I'm sure that could have been said with far less words.
I was saying it as I was working my way down the combat tracker, as it were.
I know. I was just winding you up. Oh.
I know, indeed. So, suddenly, as Rannick's trying to find the path, and obviously Jelsa's Did you scramble up? You said you were scrambling out, Rannick, didn't you?
Yeah, I
Yes.
scrambled up and I'm riding on his shoulders, but see, he's got all these little bits of lint in his hair, so I'm not really looking around.
Okay. So anyway, as Rannick's trying to find the path through the swamps, there's a bubble away and is desperately trying to avoid, basically not lose balance because Jelsa's there. He's
Well,
obviously a
stop
little bit.
running
He's
by
obviously
alone.
distracted. He's obviously a bit distracted. So when one of the plants right in front of him rises up and goes to attack him, he's understandably a bit taken aback.
Yeah, it's because he's busy. Will you leave my bloody hair alone, Sparkle Tits?
Well, you got all this bedlin in it. You need to use a comb more often. I can make you a brush.
I'm not sure if Schnookums can really easily beat the Ace of Spades. So, but do you want to spend a penny on Schnookums to see if he can get the Ace of beat the Ace of Clubs? I should say. There's only one card in
No,
54.
we'll let it happen.
Okay, so this as I say.
5. There's 3 aces and 2 jokers.
Yeah, 5.
Oh yes, actually, sorry, I apologise. Yes, there's 2. Yes, okay, 5 in 54 chance. Then I apologise because I forgot the Ace of Clubs is the slowest of the clubs. This is aces, rather.
Yeah.
Dear me, I really have lost the
Well,
ability
I've done
to
Harry
talk.
Seacombe.
I've really lost the ability to be coherent today. Okay, so just checking everything I need to check. Okay, so yeah, it's a 9-foot tall plant rises up out of the swampland in front of you, Rannick, and attempts to bash you.
Bugger.
Okay, my sound cut off there, so you just said a 9-foot Rannick. Because it cut the middle.
That's okay.
A 9-foot tall mound of plant life has just tried to bash me. But it's all right.
Right.
I got Jelsa in between it and me.
Okay, that brings us to Schnookums.
Schnookums is going to kind of whack me on the back of the knee for not paying any attention, and then come on up here and try and slice into the shambling mound.
Okie dokie. Don't think there's any artwork for that. Let's have a look. Oh
Yeah. We'll wait for some gang up before we do anything else.
Oh yeah, there is. There's artwork for it. There you go.
Attractive.
Okay.
Oh, it's Mr. Comcast.
Let's take everyone off hold and we'll see what happens as the round starts and Rannick gets the ace. Oh, Rannick gets the ace of spades. So ironically, that does imply Schnookums would have potentially.
Got it.
Actually, you don't know what order they were dealt in though, actually, so. Because it auto sorts, doesn't it? But Schnookums got the ace of diamonds. Okay, Rannick.
Well, Rannick will step up, dragging Jelsa with him. And ram the Impaler of Thorns into the shambling mound to impale it on its thorns. I will not release my Doom and Gloom just for a shambling mound. There's no need for that. I'll rip the Impaler of Thorns up through it from bottom to top.
Oh, you fight much better with me up here on your shoulders.
Bloody well don't.
Gives you an extra
nearly a
brain to work
10.
with, I guess.
Okay, well, that was short but quick removal of a solitary shambling mound there.
Oh, I was just deciding what to do. It's rather irrelevant now.
Safety tip: watch out for local wildlife. It might be out to eat us. For that matter, it might have eaten Commander. Okay, that's worrying. Well, let's have another look around, see if we can find out if we can see where buggers. I'll tell you what, let's just have a look through. Then Rannick's going to start pulling the shambling mound apart to see if it might have swallowed any part of the Commander in the past.
Okay. Have notice checks for everyone else, please.
Is that everyone that's not Rannick?
Basically, yes. Because Rannick's obviously a bit on the busy side.
Yes, well, look, that bit there's wet. and that bit there's wet as well, and then we have wetness over there.
Bert is using a Benny to reroll. Arena and Jelsa and Bert. You and I imagine one of those you schnookums. It's interesting. It doesn't say the NPCs anymore. It used to.
Yeah, Snookum's got a 3.
Fair enough. Because that's something they've changed. Because I know lots of people. There's a lot of stuff going on in the threads about it not working, and what I've realised is it's actually they've changed something in the core rules that's broken it, rather than I think because the Savage Worlds rule set hasn't been updated. Okay, sitting away on a sort of on a stump halfway up a tree, well, a tall stump I should say. So it's obviously like a tree snapped off rather than got chopped down at a low level. Appears to be well, actually, I'm not sure how big he is. How big is he?
Is it a new boyfriend for Jelsa?
He appears to be about 2 feet tall. He's a waifishly thin humanoid with gossamer wings, large expressive eyes, pointed ears, and he's got those large expressive eyes are puffy and look a bit red, and his clothes appear to be his clothes are rumpled and dishevelled, and his eyes are puffy. And basically, you get the impression he's been crying a fair bit.
Whatever's the matter?
He looks up and with a start as you approach, and he doesn't appear to be at all worried or concerned that you've turned up or anything. In fact, you get the impression he is worried, but it's almost as you get the impression as if you were to leave without talking further. My mistress, she's very ill, very ill. Death would have been a kindness. The land sickens with her heart, and it cannot be cleansed until her misery is purged.
No, it doesn't look like he's been eaten by the... Oh, who the bloody hell's that?
I cannot do this myself. Please, you must help her. You are friends with her human lover, yes? He wouldn't want her left like this. No, he wouldn't. I can take you to her. Maybe you can do something. I've tried everything to cure her forlorn heart, but to no avail. She wails and moans in White Willow, and the trees and plants and nixies and frogs and everything are dying or worse.
Who's this human we're friends with? Her lover?
I suspect
The commander.
he's referring to the commander, and the woman that he's talking about is the woman we seek anyway.
Ah. Well, you best lead the way.
I can take you there, please. And then he says, sorry, you will come? The first time a smile breaks out, he goes, oh, thank you, Kate. And he flutters down and formally bows in front of you, Reader, and says, introductions. Yes, introductions. My name is Yap. I am most pleased to meet you, my lady. I hope you and your friends, he looks inquiringly over at the others, will...
I will introduce us all to Yap.
Are you a fairy? Calls Rannick.
It's Faye.
Yeah, I'll wince at that word.
Yeah, but sorry that he's not. No, he's not.
He stands up to his full height, 2 feet, with his hand upon his tiny sword, and goes, I have you know, I am a pixie.
Right. Okay.
You really have got to be careful what you call people, Rannick.
Yeah, I just let the
He stops glaring at Rannick and turns back to you, Reader, and the smile returns, and goes, yes, I take you there. Yeah. So, well, yes, as you see, well, let me see. So, what's the best? We could go that way, or we could go that way.
Does he seem lost?
He seems more sort of taken aback that someone's ready to help and eager to get you there. I don't know would be the quickest way. Yes, come this way, as he flies off hurriedly.
Which would be the driest way?
Would that be I'd be up for that plan.
You go,
Yeah, Rannick.
the driest way. The driest way. Oh, that would be this way. He says as he flies over some a heavily, I can't speak. Briars and
So-
brambles and thorns everywhere.
Oh, that looks all right. Can get through there easy.
Yeah, I don't see a problem with it.
You go, okay. No problem. After a while, he flutters back, goes, sorry, problems? Anything wrong? It's this way. And off he goes again.
All right.
Okay.
Hold your, well, it can't be horses. Hold your, whatever it is, Pixie's ride. We're coming.
Okay. So he leads you deeper into the swamp, and through the Shimmer Glens, and after a while, you notice that up ahead, the landscape seems to be changing slightly. First of all, they seem to be. You notice the odd, twisted black tree rising wretchedly from shallow pools, and as he keeps going, oh, the mistress is very ill. Everything is ill with her, and as then basically it gets further on, it's more and more twisted black trees rising wretchedly from shallow pools, seeming to have lurched from the land, their arthritic branches curled into miserable, tortured claws. The
Hang on a minute, Pipsqueak.
The sun seems to scorn this place, and a cold, dark mist looms within the canopy of bone-bare branches.
Just hold up a minute, Pipsqueak, says Rannick, and squats down on his haunches. Where the bloody hell are you taking us?
We have to get to the White Willow. It is tainted. As my mistress becomes more ill, so does the land. We must save the mistress to save the land.
Come, so who exactly is your mistress?
I wouldn't ask too many questions. She's fey. I think she's sort of like a dryad.
The mistress is the mistress of White Willow, the guardian of White Willow.
Well, she's doing a bloody bad job of it at the moment.
I told you she's sick.
Rannick, you just need to think before you open your mouth. You're kind of offending everybody.
All right. Sorry, Pipsqueak.
Facepalm. I'll look
Yeah.
to our little guy and say, he doesn't mean anything by it. His heart's in the right place. He's just
I
not
think
tactful.
you need to bring in a specialist for this. You can't use a do-it-yourself kit for this.
Oh, that was
awful.
painful.
It's truly painful.
Bloody brilliant, but painful.
Yes, I couldn't agree more. Right, okay. Evil murmurs ride an unusual wind that flows forth from the glens, and shadows dance in the dark mists within. The trees of the swampy region of White Willow, you get the impression, were probably once quite beautiful, and have gone dark and twisted. They shift and move when they should not. Shadows play cruel tricks on the sharpest eyes, and sanity-shredding whispers cause even the canniest woodsman to lose their way. In fact, if you more than once run it, you turn around and Yap has to come back and lead you onwards. It's most disconcerting. It's almost as if the trees themselves are moving, and the paths are changing. As Yap leads you deeper into the depths of White Willow, the degree of corruption grows. Spiders languid and fat with poison hang from trees. Dying birds twitch in the shallows. Slithering things with too many eyes squirt away through the water.
I think by this point, Amber's riding on my shoulders, shivering.
Indeed. As you, yep.
All right, Pipsqueak. I'll take it that your mistress is ill, and all of this is wrong because of that. But what the bloody hell are you expecting us to do about it?
You will make her better. I know you can. For, 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 for Irina has said she will, and you are the friends of Irina, and you must be friends of my mistress's lover, for why else would you have come? Then he suddenly stops and looks around.
What's wrong?
Concerned, as if concerned. Nothing but chill silence surrounds you, though you occasionally glance tall, dark-robed figures in your peripheral vision. The creatures in large skeletal claws extend from their outstretched arms as if reaching towards prey. When you look again, you see the apparitions of nothing more than horribly twisted black trees. Or
This
are
place
they?
is unhealthy.
You can say that again.
Suddenly, without warning, out of the corners of your eyes, it looks like the trees are swinging again. What do you want to do?
I think reflexively defend myself.
Rannick is going to back off to keep Jelsa safe and try and shrug him off her shoulders behind him, and then step forward to defend everyone.
Okay, Irina said she was going to attack a tree, so make a fighting roll, please.
I said defend myself, but okay, I'll take that.
Yeah, well, that's the same difference.
Yeah, I know.
Because the fighting roll it does add to your parry, doesn't it? If you go full defense.
Yeah, it does.
Indeed. Although, as you swing that adamantine longsword in what you thought would be a defensive action, you turn and swing, and a tree you were certain wasn't there a moment ago, though no one else saw it move, is hit by your blade, and the tree, the bark tears open as if it is made of flesh, and the tree weeps blood. It seems to cackle in the wind. Suddenly, the icy. Sorry, carry on. Sorry.
I said that's not at all disturbing.
Suddenly, you all feel the icy grip of death reaching out towards you. You all get to make fear checks, aren't you? Lucky people.
Yeah.
That's okay. I have a feeling
that it's demon.
Yeah, no. I just had everything just disconnected, and now it's back again. Right, where were we? Sorry about that. Yeah. I think we're done there. So that's all good stuff. You move onwards. A natural, a bit as Yap leads you onwards, and you pass a natural pool of water created by runoff from the hulking dark trees standing in the clearing ahead of the party. The water looks clear and refreshing enough to drink.
No, thank you. I'm not drinking anything from this messed up area of woodland.
Absolutely. Don't drink anything. Don't pick any berries. If there's sick fae running this place, you don't want to. Well, you'll probably know better. You're part fae, aren't you, Rini?
Yeah.
Does this happen when you get ill? Do like plants go all black and stuff around you?
That hasn't happened in my experience, but I'm only young.
You're only young, she says. Bloody hell. No, let's leave that well enough alone.
I agree.
Okay. You head onwards. From what you, you don't. It seems like you've been walking for hours, although that cannot be right because the sun hasn't moved and this area isn't that large. But you know what I mean. Yap keeps going on
Are we
doggedly. And every
he
time
actually
you
going in the
slow
right
down and look,
direction?
he genuinely does seem to show concern every time you experience stuff. And you don't get the impression. He definitely seems quite happy that you're coming to help. And every time you slow down or anything, he does politely but frantically try to urge you onwards.
Look, Pipsqueak, we don't have your what's the advantages. You know, this is all a bit weird. Well, particularly for me, and I mean, I don't know about anybody else, but this whole place is weird to be at. This is, I'm fine with nature, but this ain't nature. There's something wrong here.
Yes, there's definitely something wrong with this place.
Well, my depth here, because I mean, outer plane stuff I can understand, right? But then you get any coexistent prime planes, like shadow plane sits on top of it. Etherness,
Okay, Splinter,
no.
you're speaking and words are coming out, but you're not making any sense.
I'm going to try using my magic sight to see through the illusions, sickness, whatever it is.
Okie dokie. I need that, and then I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to do that. Be my guest. Sorry, I was just
Does it change what I'm seeing?
I'm afraid not.
Mind you, if I think this versus your 56, I
So, suddenly up ahead, actually, I wonder if I can actually do something here to make things a little more interesting. Yeah, oh, that makes it look a little more interesting. Yeah, I like that, and then I might try another one on top of that as well to see if I can get some more interesting issues out of it. Yep, there we go. I think that sort of gets across the idea of how pleasant this place is. Two rather. Oh, what do they look like? These two large humanoids with greenish hide, sharp claws, and bestial faces, about 14 feet tall, are advancing towards you through the swamp. They seem to be snapping the trees aside, leaving a torturous remains behind. They don't appear to be very happy to be in here. They see you, and it's almost like there's a slight relief on their faces, as if they found something they can eat.
Yep, you might want to get behind me.
Jelson gets the Joker.
And this big one is coming right at her.
Yep.
Okay, well, I don't got anybody in my way, so I can target him direct. And I'm gonna, because I like it, now that I've tried it, I'm gonna pay 2 extra power points for the lingering damage.
Okie dokie.
It's 4 power points total.
That's a typo I need to fix. Okay, a wound. A very impressive wound upon the entity.
And then I'm gonna back the hell up.
That's fireworks
Now he
as well.
saw me.
Nope, nope. Oh, yes. Soaked it. and then you back the heck up. Don the Dread.
Don the Dread.
That was very strange to my adult.
I think I'll just move to there and.
Okay, hang on. Oh, that didn't work. I'm just going to give up on that.
And then I'll just try to stab it ineffectually, you know. By the way, that's supposed to be trait -2.
Fear's -1, isn't it?
Aye, it's wet as well.
Oh yes, of course. Your phobia's kicked in as well. Oh no, you passed your fear check, so you're okay.
This is not above a certain depth. That's what your fear is.
That's okay. That's good enough. I attacked it. See, it didn't run away.
Congratulations.
There we go. Okay, that's good. Okay, Yap is up next. Okay, what's Yap gonna do? What's he gonna do? Yap's going, take this, and he fires his pixie bow. Which hits. I mean, that's impressive. I need to look at his notes because that doesn't tell me. That's rather interesting. Okay. Definitely need to check. I think I've got some more missing stuff. Or rather stuff that they meant. Ah, yeah. Ooh, yes, I like it. I like it a lot. I just missed that earlier in my because it's a special effect and I was on the wrong tab. So what I have to do is, oh please tell me I did. Oh no, he does have magic as well. Okay, I've got to look that up. Powers. Why are powers under character? I suppose they're character powers, aren't they? Okay, I'm going to check this. Anyone's spirit roll at -2. Okay, so the arrow hits the troll. He has to make a spirit check. Okay, the heals over, snoring loudly.
On second thoughts, maybe you don't need to get behind me.
So okay, so basically what happened there was he sees it coming towards you. He reaches into a belt pouch, brings out a handful of something, sprinkles dust onto his arrowhead, knocks and fires the arrow. I forgot to do the damage. The arrow doesn't do any damage, but the creature falls over and is snoring loudly.
That's handy.
He smiles at you and he goes, "Pixie dust."
Nice, very nice.
Okay, so the foe.
Wait, did you just say very nice?
No, I said very nice. Now let's see what I can do. I'm casting Root to the Spot with a Deadly modifier.
Ooh. On the other one. Okay, so that is Entangle. I like the name of it, Root to the Spot. I like that. So Entangle, so he's automatically entangled, because I forget they don't get to roll yet. With the Deadly modifier, so that's going to take 2d6 damage. Oh, because you took the edge to let you do Asterix powers, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Ooh, I'm going. Okay, Deadly. 2d6 damage.
Yeah, what edge is that?
That is
Arcane Mastery, I
Arcane
believe it
Mastery.
is.
Yes.
I couldn't find it.
It'll be in your cleric edges.
Would you like me to roll the damage?
No, it's okay. Yeah. Wizards who take this edge gain access to all the packs because there'll be Arcane Mastery and there's another one, isn't there? Or something. There'll be one for priests, but it's not called Arcane Mastery, I don't think.
It's called Divine Mastery for priests.
Yeah, Divine Mastery for priests.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so deadly damage only is on the end of their turn, so you don't get to roll
Right.
for it. Okie dokie. Okay, it's his go now. So he is going to roar in. Oh, I was good. That's Amber. I was getting very confused with that. Why has he only got D4 strength there? Okay, he's going to roar in anger and attempt to break free of the entanglement, which he does. He just tears your entanglement apart, I'm afraid, and advances on Dondrad, making a
Arcane
frenzied
Mastery
attack.
is veteran rank for sorcerers and wizards, but it's heroic rank.
Aye, that's why it doesn't appear. Right, yes, that's because. Yeah.
Okay, he claws his Dondrad for an incredibly large amount of damage.
That's not good.
I go Bennett again, just so. 2 wounds. In fact, no, we'll tell you what, we'll because I can afford it. No, it's not going to go away.
Well, you're not incapacitated from it, so you're okay on that score. But you are. The Dondrad is almost lifted off his feet by the force of that blow as the 14-foot tall humanoid smacks into him.
Now, wasn't that a multi-action? One action to break free, another action to attack?
Different troll. Oh, good point.
No, it wasn't. It was the same troll.
Same troll.
So
Okay.
the multi-action would have turned that into a miss.
No, it wasn't. But point taken.
It was merely a Benny.
I just forgot to spend the Benny to re-roll. Schnookums!
Okay, Snookum sees that almost hit up there, or solid hit, or whatever you want to call it, and comes up here to help out Dondrad.
Doesn't Dondrad need to have his wounds removed and his Benny? Oh no, you ignore me. Please ignore me. I'm being an idiot.
Yes, I was mean. I decided to re-roll and hit Dondrad.
Yeah.
He spent so many bennies, I felt guilty, so I just thought I'd have to make it worthwhile that he actually spent all the bennies.
I felt guilty, so I made sure that I hit him. You're guilty.
I haven't actually taken my edge yet, but because I didn't know what to do with it, but I might pick something evil.
By all means, pick something evil.
Give me the race damage.
You know?
Yes, I've heard something. I think that's something else that's going on, isn't it? Now, God knows what they've broken it. Anyway, that's a shake.
Yep, that's good.
Yeah, adding power points to vigor rolls after you see the results is evil.
What's that?
Divine intervention. It means that you roll damage and God goes, nope. And my power points drain and it adds to the vigor roll that I just rolled to soak damage.
That's quite nice. I like that.
It's almost as good as what monks can do at high level.
Except I can't find it under the edge list. What's it called?
I can't remember. It's holy something.
Holy warrior.
Holy warrior or something like that. But I haven't picked it, so I don't know. We might have to
Rannick
back.
is going to whirl his spear impressively and charge forwards to that troll, saying, "Stunty, if you could get Gorham to bless things, we're going to need fire or heat at least to put these buggers down properly." And Rannick will try and impale it with the Impaler of Thorns. And
That's
gang up
quite a
bonus.
nice one. If you want to take that, I don't have a problem with that at all.
Gang up bonus turns that into a hit, which will do.
I just charged it for a vow. If vow says don't run away, and I'm shit, I'm a bit scared, so I just decided to charge it, get it out of the way.
Okay, that brings us to Bert, who was energy drained. And I think we all forgot about it.
I don't even remember it happening, so I really forgot.
Okay. Bert is going to move up here next to Rannick and chop at this thing with his fire longsword.
That'll do nicely. Well done, Bert.
At least it wasn't a crit fail. At least it wasn't a Rannick. Charge! Slide, crash, bang, wallop, impale myself on my
Oh,
own
I'm
sword.
encumbered because I'm not as strong, aren't I? No, because it was minus vigor, not.
Yeah. What are you carrying extra?
Oh, you set it up as all trait minus. No, sorry, looking at the wrong one. Drain vigor and toughness, but not strength. So I'm not sure why I'm considered encumbered.
Because you're carrying 2.5 pounds more equipment than you are allowed to carry.
But I haven't added anything since last week.
Got too much gear. You should give it to me. I don't mind. I can
Have
carry
your
a lot.
strength gone down?
What's a Zhizha hovel? What's a ZZ hovel when you inventory?
That's stuff I've left back in town. I have it,
Oh,
but I
right.
just don't have it with me.
Fair enough. So that's not counting towards it.
Was there a change in the weight of arrows?
Well, that's 60 arrows, isn't it? Three sets of arrows.
Yeah, I wouldn't have 60 arrows. I've got 20.
So I've got that as weight 3.
No. Weight 3. That's fine. No, that's right.
For 20 arrows?
Yeah.
Those are some freaking heavy arrows.
I can't. I don't. See, it must be. Oh, hang on. Weapons. Have you got a new weapon? Well, your armor's £20. Your ogre hook is another £10. That's 30. Your long sword and your bastard sword makes you £40. Your brutal long sword and your dagger makes. Yeah, I think it's right. Your head.
I'm not saying that the math is wrong. I'm just trying to figure out why last week I was fine and this week I'm considered encumbered.
I don't know.
For at least the beginning of last week, you were an ogre.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Maybe that was the thing.
And you picked up the ogre hook.
You picked up the ogre hook while you were an ogre, didn't you?
Yeah.
That's probably what it is. It's the ogre hook, I suspect.
Okay, well, I missed then.
Second round with Dondrad going first, being shaken, and he's remaining shaken. Unless he wants the Benny yet.
I'm going to. Yeah, I'm going to Benny to unshake, and I'm going to go defensive.
Okay. You are defending yourself.
Yes.
Rannick.
Okay. Oh, I can't make anything flaming. I'm not going to use my powers yet. So let's just try hitting this drop. That will do nicely. Now, Bert, stick it with burning thing before it regenerates.
Okay, that's a wound to the troll. Schnookums.
Schnookums will do some more clawy stuff.
Go for it, Schnooks. The trolls.
Didn't give me the gang up bonus, but it's still not going to hit.
What is going on with
Or
NPCs?
actually, it would give me. It should give me the gang up bonus for the hit. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, that should be one hit there.
It should
I
be.
don't know why it's not working anymore. I wonder if it's because I've taken it out of being with you. Let's put Schnooks back
Maybe?
with. Let's put Schnooks back with you for next round. But anyway, Schnooks is hit. Roll for damage.
Let's go ahead and spend a penny on that.
Okay.
Ooh, 1 point better. Yay! Never mind.
Right. Arena.
Can I shape change into a small fire-breathing dragon?
Probably. Red. Oh. Dragon. Shape change dragon, total dragon, black. Oh, it's dragon, comma red. Let's have a look. Red dragon. Red dragon adult. Red dragon wormling. Size
It'd have
minus.
to be small, but yeah.
I'm just trying to see what the size of a red dragon.
Red dragons are quite big.
A red dragon adult, I know, is a red dragon adult
Or
is.
Amanda,
size 4.
anything that breathes fire.
Yeah, I mean, you can turn yourself into a red dragon wormling. That's size -1.
That's fine.
So that'd be shape change.
I just want to be able to do the fire breath.
It's fine.
Hang on.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm going to be pennying that.
Somebody just knocks unconscious. I've got matches.
Better.
Okay, assets. Tokens. Wormling. Okay, let's try red. Dragon. Come on, let's go here. Wormling. Surely I have a red dragon wormling amongst this lot. Yes, I do.
You just said red. Red dragon.
Yep, there we go. You are a red dragon wormling.
Woo. Yeah. Then what's the pace for a red dragon wormling?
Well, a red dragon wormling has a pace of. Good question. I can't see it. NPCs. Red dragon.
More than 0, less than infinity.
Dragon, comma red. Here we go. A red dragon wormling has pace of 7 and a flight of 18 inches.
Would it be a multi-action to breathe fire at this point?
You could breathing
Unfortunately,
fire takes your
yes.
entire round.
I have no idea what you just said there, Tavis.
Breath weapon takes an entire round.
Then I'll just get in position ready.
Don't forget moving's a free action, so you can move and still breathe, can't you?
But I changed into this, so
Yes, indeed. Yeah.
That
Also,
was-
don't forget everyone else will need to position. Don't forget to obviously you can't be selective on your fire breath.
yes, that's why I moved where I was, because I knew that I'd be able to do it along the right-hand side, avoiding the left.
Yeah, unfortunately, Schnookums is in trouble.
I
but-
couldn't-
She's above me.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, I know what you mean, but you know what I mean. If Irina had breathed fire, then Schnookums would have been in trouble, is what I mean.
No, because she's above me. Okay, Bert's going to swing. Actually, Bert is going to drop his ogre hook temporarily.
Yes, a young red dragon size 4, so.
Have to have it.
And will swing his fire longsword again.
Okie dokie. That's a hit with a raise. And nothing happened.
Well, the one die bounced on the floor. Got to go pick it up.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's a wound upon the red dragon.
The troll, hopefully.
The troll, that's what I meant. Okay, it cries out in pain.
Nice one, Bert. That'll stop it. That'll stop it healing.
Interesting, I didn't expect it to do that. There we go. Schnookums.
Snookums has already gone this round,
Yep.
so
That's what I was about to say, yep. Feral number 2 is in front of me. He's going to remain being shaken, however. He heals a wound.
even though I just did fire damage to him?
He can't heal the wound you did fire damage from. But he can heal the wound Rannick did.
Bother.
I thought once fire was applied, you couldn't heal any wounds that had happened previous. Oh well.
I'm just going to check that, but it's my understanding of how it works. Because it's evil. With this diamond.
Yeah. I thought that too.
Yeah.
To be
Trolls may attempt a natural healing roll every round unless their wounds were caused by fire. So basically he can regenerate any wound not caused by fire. But once he's down, if he's incapacitated, you burn him, then he can't recover at all.
Right.
Mhm.
That's my interpretation because I'm evil like that.
I
Yap,
agree with your interpretation.
Yap goes, oh, hang on, what am I doing? He turns invisible. Jossa!
Chelsea's all disappointed because she was going to sit here and have a conversation with Yep about what other interesting things he might have in his. Oh, wait.
Oh, hang on. He goes,
She can see if he's where he is, right?
if you, as an action, you can use detect magic to see where he is, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what I'll do.
Okay, he hasn't moved, he's literally just turned himself invisible.
Sit here on the ground and ask him about what other cool things he might have in his pouch.
He goes, oh, pixie dust, all sorts of wonderful things. Oh, and obviously he starts chattering again. In the middle of the fight.
Jilsa's got distracted. She's not coming.
But
Choppy chop again.
go for it. You hit.
Let's go ahead and Benny that once. Yeah, there we go.
That's a hit with and a that's another fire wound, isn't it?
It is, yes.
So it cannot regenerate either of those wounds. Schnookums.
Schnookums is gonna claw again.
You might want to pounce away afterwards.
No, Schnookums doesn't want to get that much stuff in his mouth.
No, he might want to. What I meant was he might want to attack and then jump away because there seems to be a dragon next to him breathing in.
Oh, that is true, yeah. Yeah, as a matter of fact, that is probably a good idea.
He can always jump back in next turn, of course. Yeah, exactly. Dawn of the Drad. You're on mute.
Yeah, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to cast Smite
Okay.
on Rannick and Bert, I think.
Bert's sword's already burning, but extra damage is always good.
I know, but it's going to be burning all that brighter.
What's the trapping of your smite out of interest?
It's we talked about that. It's fire. It's temper brand.
That's absolutely fine. I thought it was. I couldn't remember. Because obviously
Temp-
there is. You can for a PowerPoint change the trappy. Need be, can't you? Is what I was
Yeah.
trying to say.
Yeah, temper brand's an avatar of Gorham.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if it was or wasn't. Because if it wasn't, I was going to say because obviously for an extra PowerPoint you can change the trapping to make it
Then what we
to make
do
the
is we want
smite
to
burning.
we want to press this button here, and then do this, and then powers. Cast Gorham's only weapon. Oh my! Cried out loud.
Oh dear! It's obviously that smack you got from that troll. It's obviously just this, put you off. And I'm afraid basically all that happens is, as you try to find composure and center yourself to cast the spell, unfortunately, just at the wrong moment, you basically the armor pinches on your fresh wound, and you cry out in pain, disrupting the power and causing the you to slip slightly in the mud and basically bash your head on the tree nearby. When you stagger up, stars exploding in your eyes, you've got one heck of a headache.
God, rusty armor now it's got a hole in it.
Okay, well the troll can't recover its wounds.
Which
So
is probably ticked it off.
very much so.
Luckily, he's still shaking.
He is. He remains shaken. So that's all he's going to do. Stay shaken because I haven't got many pennies left and I need to save them for later. Rannick.
Right, in which case, Rannick is going to wild attack.
You could always go and breathe on the other one, Arena.
Well, see, if Rannick finishes it off, Arena's going to need to breathe on it in order for it to not.
Oh yes, of course you didn't get your. I forgot you didn't get your burning spear, did you? Yeah, good point. She's going to need to breathe on it to finish it off. Looking at the wrong screen. That's a wound upon the troll. It is incapacitated.
All yours, Rainy. Finish it off. You can't understand me when you're a floppy little lizard, can't you?
I give you a floppy little lizard indignant look and then breathe fire on it.
Okay. Well, your far breath is 2d6 damage.
Yes, it is.
But it doesn't matter because the point is it's down. So you basically you toast it, breathing a impressive gout of flame for a dragon of your size, and basically that is the end of the troll.
An awful lot of cream custard came out of that little cat.
And obviously after that I will fly over here and toast the other one too.
Yeah.
That fine. Yeah.
Yap goes, oh wow, let me see. Well yes, let me see. What have I got? I've got pixie dust, and when I sprinkle it on the arrows, you get I've got powder for confusion, powder for mind wipe, and powder for slumber. Basically, I sprinkle it on the arrow and hit it at someone, and if it hits the target, they suffer the effect. It's really good.
Jalsa digs through her own pouches and she finds the dragon scale she collected way back when. And she pulls it out and offers to trade the dragon scale for something from his pouches.
By the way, you do realise that we've got a combat over here? No, people are getting hurt.
I'm over here talking to Yap. You guys just carry on.
At which point, as he hops back in,
and Bert will turn and try and heal Dondrad.
Okay. Yap reappears and goes, oh well, yeah,
This is just getting more and more embarrassing.
hang on, we'll have to see when that happens. Oh, got the Joker, which he is technically on your side, so everyone gets a Benny.
Hurrah.
He should be an ally rather than just in it. Ooh, I got that wrong, but it doesn't matter. Try that again. There we go. He goes, okay. And he looks through his pouch and goes, okay. Well, which one would you like? Would you want the, would you like, slumber, confusion, or, mind wipe?
Ooh, I want some of the mind wipe.
The troll's going to stay asleep. Arena.
Bring fire on it.
Okay, well that will be 2d6 damage.
Hadn't we all better attack at the same time?
Okay, you breathe fire upon the troll. Unfortunately,
That's going to wake up.
it only does 5 points of damage unless you want to spend a Benny and roll 2d6 damage yourself.
I will.
You just
I
pick
will
up.
find one of my things that does 2d6 damage.
You got to do 5 whole points of damage.
7.
7 whole points of damage. Obviously, the troll wakes up.
Oh, bugger.
I ask Yap if I can put this mind wipe stuff on like one of my star knives or shuriken because I throw them.
Yeah, logically, yes. Well, only last. Thing is, you'd have to sprinkle it on there and use it there and then. If that makes sense. The second you have to sort of sprinkle it on and use it, otherwise it sort of falls off quite quickly. Now, Dodrad, you need to go on hold to let Bert heal you because Bert's actually made the roll already, or you don't have to, and then Bert doesn't have to.
Well, he can move, and I can move up and heal him, so that's not a problem.
Yeah, no, I understand. I'm just saying. Oh, of course, he's slow, isn't he? he's taking wounds. He's got a pace of 2 at the moment. Unless he runs.
Well, I think I'll just.
I mean, even if he runs, I probably could catch up to him.
Yeah, I know, exactly. That's what I meant. I said he's got a pace of 2 unless he runs. That troll's probably broken some ribs. What are you going to do, sir?
Let's do it the old-fashioned way.
Because you haven't actually been healed yet. Because understandably, I don't.
I am actually going to go hold because if I shoot at this range, I'm going to miss. I'm probably more likely going to hit Irene.
Okay, let's pop you on hold. Then Rannick is next.
Okay, so I need to target that.
Oops, I must have moved my mouse up.
So as Rannick runs over there.
Yep. You are in range.
Yeah, but as Rannick runs over there, he shouts out, "Hold still, you bugger!"
Oh, I see.
And we'll entangle it with a raise.
That is just so obscene.
And we'll make it. I don't think we need to make it tough. We'll just entangle it with a raise.
Okay. Toughness 8 then, isn't it?
Yeah.
8's the standard, isn't it? It's strongest to 10. From memory.
Well, that does mean it's vulnerable now, which is handy.
It is indeed. So, you hit with a race, so you get a power point back.
I do. And because it's vulnerable, because it's entangled, I get my sneak attack.
Oh, that's not at all beardy. Okay, that's 3 wounds. You incapacitate the troll.
Now breathe on Buggerini.
I give a little dragonette nod.
Well, I was gonna go help him, but now I see I'm not needed, so I'm gonna sit here chat. I'm gonna pull the dragon scale out of my pouch and hand it to Yap in exchange from some of his mind wipe powder.
Did you want confusion, mind wipe, or mind wipe? Okay. Yep. Okay. I'll I don't know if there is. I don't know if I actually created pixie dust items. I'll have to look that up. Maybe I should create some. Pixie. No, I'll need to create some. Yeah, just make a note. You've got some pixie dust because it doesn't actually tell me how it works. I mean, it tells me how it works, but I don't know how many uses you get.
You've got to think happy thoughts or it doesn't work.
For 3 doses. Oh, I think that. Oh, it's a single dose of pixie dust he gives you, so it's a single use.
Yeah, so I took one of the 3 scales from Dragon Plane out of my pouch and handed it over to him.
No, that's absolutely fine. He's really taken with that. You at this point, Bert, you heal Dondred.
Yep.
Actually, it was you can only heal 2 of the 3 wounds.
Yeah. Even though I did roll incredibly well.
I know.
And then I'll walk over this way. And Schnookums is just going to walk over here next to me, kind of looking over at the troll that's laying on the ground.
Okay, so I think that's the end of the turn. So, Dondred, you're on hold. Do you wish to move? Do you wish to come off hold or stay where you are?
Come off hold. I mean, is it dead? Is it dead?
It is incapacitated.
It's only moving because my spear's jammed in its central nervous system.
Well, I'll run it. I'll run at maximum pace. I've brought matches, and I will hand. I'll run up to Rannick and give him a tinder twig.
Stunty, that's going to be real useful.
That's unfortunate, isn't it? The troll is not bleeding out. Well, actually, no, the trolls can't bleed out, so the troll isn't bleeding out. That's a vigor roll. The troll gets back up.
But it is still bound.
It is still bound. And it's staying that way. Rannick.
Poke it with a stick.
Bloody hell, says Rannick, and wild attacks it.
Okay. Hit with raise.
So I'll
Getting
get a
enough
power
of
point back.
point back.
Will you stay down, you bugger? Now really breathe up, bloody thing.
Fight against rogue monks. Eldritch Knight rogue monks. Okay, you hit it again and down it goes.
Eldritch Knight Rogue Monks with the champion edge, because heroic, they can spend 2 power points to make a soak roll. So they spend a penny to get 5 power points, use 2 of them to make the soak roll, and if it doesn't work, can use the remaining 3 power points they got from spending the penny to add 3 to the soak roll.
That's obscene. Anyway, Reedy breathes fire on the dragon, on the troll, and that's the end of that troll.
Yeah, bring matches. They work. Just next time, you know the thing I gave you, the little stick. If you jam it on the end bursts into flames.
You want me to stick a tinder twig on end of my spear?
Well, no, I just thought because it was tied up, you could maybe walk in and strike it up with a little tinder twig, and it'd be fine.
Did you get it on Ed Stunty?
Well, look, I'm having a bad day. Look, hole in the armour, bit of rust. You know what I mean? Wet place. Yeah.
Here, tell me what. Right. Here, Rannick reaches into a pouch. Drink this, and then Rannick reaches into another pouch and pulls out a wineskin and says, "And then drink this."
Why, what's that supposed to do?
I don't know. It tastes nice.
At this point, basically, Arena will her shape change power will expire imminently.
So can I
Yeah.
drink?
Does everything you turn into look red?
Yeah.
And Jalsa will rejoin the others, chattering about all the cool things Yap has, all the interesting things Yap has in his pouch.
Did you not notice trolls?
Well, I threw fire at the one, but it didn't seem to do much, so I just wanted to stay out of y'all's way.
Oh, is
To
that
be
how
honest,
it's supposed to work? You have one go, and if it doesn't work, you just kind of sit somewhere.
Well, I wouldn't have, except for Yap had that interesting stuff in his pouch, and I wanted to know about it. You have no curiosity at all, Rannick.
I've
do you
got
know what? I
plenty of
can't.
curiosity. I'm just not curious enough to find out what being on the inside of a troll's belly's like.
Well, you didn't. None of yous are dead.
Right.
This
There
time,
we go.
Do you know what? I can't really feel get mad to you because I mean, how often does she get to chat to people? You know, that are
My own
Okay.
size, or
me.
well,
You know what I mean?
almost my size.
If you look at my arrow, you can see there's a tree up there. There appears to be the mangled body of a beautiful woodland woman, half protruding from the tree, whose limbs have been smashed from the trunk as if by massive clubs.
That's not good. Is she dead?
She appears to be moving.
Rannick's going to head over in that case.
Oh, you just don't poke her.
Well, I was actually going to.
She
You all
appears to
right?
be the mangled body of a beautiful dryad, half protruding from a tree.
Well, you're in a bad way. Do you need putting out your misery then? Says Rannick in a very
Or,
matter-of-fact
or,
kind of
or,
way.
or we could heal her.
Have you heard of healing?
Well, I don't know if it works on tree ladies.
So you'll immediately go to. You're sick. You're just
Yeah.
sick.
Well, we could
Well,
die.
it's
We could.
the same when he's always trying to strip people so he can look for tattoos. They're gonna think he's a pervert or something.
Yeah.
So can we heal the dryad? I mean, how does this work?
And then I look at Yap and I go, Yap, would that be your mistress?
No, that is but one of the many dryads that are cursed. There is not a lot we can do for her unless my mistress can be saved. Anyway, it looks like you four have approached. It looks like is Bert and Amber staying back down there with Schnooks? Or are they moving up as well? Just asking.
Yeah.
I'm backpedal. No, I'm too late for that.
You hear as you get close. The four of you hear a soft, feminine whisper in your ears. She should not have fallen in love with her heart. Brought her this upon us. Why won't she let us go? You are all, the four of you are suddenly filled with regret, but also with an increased resolve to lift the curse that vexes the swamp.
Okay.
Okay.
Where do we need to go now?
Other than that, I mean, she does appear to be unconscious. She was slightly moving, breathing, but talking to her doesn't seem to do anything. As I say, the voice appeared in your head. She didn't actually say it, but you were all filled with resolve.
All right then, Pipsqueak. Where's your mistress? Let's.
This way,
Let's
this
go
way.
now.
He goes this way, and off, he starts flying off that way again.
Come on, Stunty, keep up. Does they need a piggyback against Sparkle Tits?
Yeah, and as I'm climbing up in your shoulders, I'm gonna whisper, he's nice enough, but be careful, he's got other tricks in that pouch of his.
Right. Okay. I don't think I want to know what's in a Pipsqueak's pouch.
Okay, we are close now. We are close. What's this? Up ahead, deep in the swamp, you suddenly come across A derelict ship, inexplicably located hundreds of miles from the Varisian shore. The vessel is badly worn and covered in thick green moss, but is completely intact and obviously a seagoing model. The ship appears deserted.
Well, that's weird.
Oh, well, it's not really that weird. I mean, the flood that came down maybe washed it out, and then as the tides recede, it's dumped it.
Yeah, but that's a seagoing ship. We're miles inland. Never mind, eh? Well, so is this where your mistress is, Pipsqueak?
No, but it's strange. She's this way.
All right.
Because you're not intrigued by the ship. It is strange. But fair
Very
enough.
intrigued.
It's
Another thing is that lake could have been bigger at one time, and it's just as it slowly kind of dried out, it's
How
shrank.
how long does it look like it's been here?
You have no idea. It
I
looks
mean, the
like
lake could have.
it looks perfectly intact, but it is derelict apparently, so that implies it's not in the best
well,
of
weird
conditions.
as it is. If that's something to do with weird magic that Pipsqueak's mistress is, I think we should leave it well enough alone and go and find where his mistress is.
I'll just glance at it with my magic sight to see if there's anything magical about it.
That's an interesting one. That's an awful lot of text to read here. No.
Okay. Then we'll carry on. We can always come back and have another look at it afterwards. Kind of
No,
make a mental.
It's not like it's going anywhere, is it?
No, but don't forget. Well, don't forget. Well, hopefully you've got an idea of where it is, but don't forget you keep losing your way. But anyway, eventually.
I mean, you could look inside it. I mean, but I don't know.
Should we put it to a vote? I'd do it on there, but I've forgotten how, and I'm too tired. So somebody knows how.
I don't know.
Thank you.
We need to get on and sort out whatever's cursing this place. I'm resolved to dealing with that.
Looks like you're moving on. Okay.
Bert is far more interested in figuring out what's going on with the forest, simply because it's the forest.
Okie dokie, let's go.
I bet you I know who voted to go in it.
Joseph.
I know. Yeah.
The tangled swamp gives way to a relatively large clearing. The calm pool of unnaturally still water ringed by twisted, decayed willow trees. Wind blows, but the trees do not sway. It's as if the very land has died. We're here! My lady waits for you within! I dare not go any closer, he says before backing to cower behind a gnarled tree.
Who's there?
Right. So this is where your mistress is.
That's annoying, they don't give you a map for this one. Okay.
Has she got a name?
She is my mistress.
Aye, but has she got a name? I mean, you're called Yap, but you're a Pipsqueak, aren't you?
I shake my head.
I'm an half-orc. She's your mistress.
Address her by her title, mistress.
Okay, what is she?
Okay. This is an interesting. As you enter the twisted glade, I assume you are.
Aye.
You see that apparition, a haggard, ghostly horror. Her disembodied arms float at her sides, exposed bone and sinew stretching towards her torso, but ever too far out of reach. speech, as it were. Her lower torso fades away to smoke, savage too cruelly for to be basically savage. Appears to be savage cruelly, like as you can see, her legs almost seem to be severed off there. As you enter, she rises with a howl from the waters.
Okay, death is a bit difficult to cure.
So,
Right.
no, she does. Blinding beauty is okay. Blinding beauty is in full effect. So I need to look up what that means because that sounds a bit scary to my mind. Oh, my fancy grounds is having a sulk. There we go.
Ask Galadriel, I'm sure she'll tell you all about it.
Yeah, so she must be like a queen of the fae.
Mm.
Oh shit, that's horrifying. Okay, that is really jeepers. Okay, so she in a hate-shrieking, hate-filled voice, she accuses you of failing Lamatar, of failing to protect Fort Manic and allowing the Krieg ogres to take him to their lair high on Hook Mountain.
Huh?
Wait a second. This is the first we heard about Hook Mountain. We
And
took
where
care of
was
the
it?
ogres in the fort. We got rid of them. We came here to see if he was here. You're saying he's not. He's up on Hook Mountain. We can go there and rescue him. But what can we do for you personally? You look like you're in a lot of pain, sweetheart. Is there something we can do for you?
Did you just call them sweetheart?
I did.
Oh jeez, don't upset Miriana. Miriana, yeah, you really don't want to upset her.
She'll probably start screaming or something, you know what I mean? And then drive us all mad. And by the way, I could be just making us up along. The only thing I know about it, I've read the Separates of the Fae, the fairy tales of the eldest. It's a good book, you know what I mean?
You did ask what she basically you did ask what you could do, did you? Oh no, you asked about her.
Yeah, I said we're going to go and rescue him, yes. But what about you right now? What can we do for you is basically what I'm asking.
So I'm just reading what happens. Okay. What? Wow, that's interesting. Okay, so you've asked what you do. You said you go get him. She basically starts crying again, bemoaning the fact that her love Lamatar was taken by the ogres and she was unable to save him. She knows in her heart he is now dead, but when she tried to reincarnate him, foul magic prevented his soul from returning to his new body. And therefore, she obviously again begs you find his remains and return them to her. She also states she does not need the entire body. A single lock of hair or a single finger will do. There is nothing that can be done for her, for she is cursed, and until she can I've lost my throat. Sorry, I've lost it there.
Basically, return her love.
Return her love. She is cursed to remain upon this plane.
Okay.
And he's where?
If we happen to find him alive and are able to bring him back alive, do you want that, or do you want us to go ahead and turn him off and you can resurrect him then?
What a question!
I know he is dead. I need
I think she kind of knows.
I need to reincarnate him into his new body.
Turn him. People call me tactless. They will love us, Bert. I'm sure she can turn him on as quick as you can turn him off. But really,
Did anybody see a boy with a drowning white horse on our way in here?
no, I saw nothing.
I got the reference.
Thank you.
Or Atreyu. What was the horse called?
Artax.
Thank you.
Artax. Yeah, I just watched that the other day too.
I need to watch it again. I haven't watched it in a while. I need to watch it
I
again.
got good, strong hands.
So okay, but she seems quite inconsolable, as you can tell. She's crying a lot. And
So
she's
basically, we got to go to what Krieg ogres up mountain. We killed the Kriegs.
Oh, I think she. I think she. No, I think it's maybe up where the dam is.
I don't think we killed all of the ogres. I think we just
Ogre.
killed a few.
Right. So what we got to do is go and find his body, which is up near the dam, and then bring a bit. Fetch and carry, fetch and carry. Bloody hell! All right. Well,
Yeah,
we can
maybe.
do that, can't we, Bert?
Well, yeah. You asked why they attacked Rannick. You know, what was the significance? Maybe they just needed him for something.
Maybe this was the whole point, making this place bad.
Well, I don't know. Maybe they.
that area up there is known as Hook Mountain. I've just put the arrow north of the Creek Wood.
Out of interest, milady,
Be careful what you
can't
say.
you can't by any chance make it easier for us to get out of this place, can you?
Return my love to me.
Okie dokie.
Return my commander to my heart, or I shall find my vines and my dark trees will eat the land and churn your people to bone and misery. Return Lamentar to my embrace. With that, she fades back into the water.
Declare.
Yeah.
Well, too long ago, too far apart.
So, yeah, basically. I think.
So we've got to go wandering around Hook Mountain.
Well, it depends if you want to deal with the dam first or go straight to Hook Mountain, doesn't it, really, I suppose?
Well, dam's on way, isn't it?
Probably is,
So what do
actually.
you reckon? We might as well.
Guess
We
it's a
might as
damn
well-
good idea then.
We might as well look at dam on the way to Hook Mountain.
It's gone, JJ.
Okay. Do you want to have a look at the boat on the way back, or we'll leave that for another day?
I'm curious about the boat. I'd like to look.
If we pass it on the way back, we might as well look at it. But I don't know if we're going to because we keep getting turned around in this place.
Don't forget, curiosity killed the Snookums.
Well,
I don't know.
That side.
Yeah, I mean, we'll look in the boat because the boat's just kind of like. I don't understand why the boat's here. I don't know if the boat was washed ashore with a wave or it was the lake shrank because they dammed it up and the water supply. You know.
Well, should we see if we can find our way
Took
to the boat
off.
on the way back?
Didn't you see the name written on the side? The plot hook.
Are you sure it wasn't the SS MacGuffin?
I think we did. Yeah, I think I did them all. Oh no, I didn't. Okay, you're heading back out.
I thought we were going to look at the boat there because people were warming to the idea. Because we can't really fix the forest, can we?
I'll, if I can find it, if I can find the track back.
If we find the boat, we'll look in the boat. But if we can't, I'm not going to go looking for it. Do you know what I mean? This is a bit creepy.
I mean,
Okay.
we pass
As
it
you start heading back out, all around you, ghostly translucent forms emerge from the trees. Fae of all sorts, spectral satyrs, ghostly grigs, phantom nixies, and sprightly spirits flow gently from the swamp around you. The party. You're followed by a parade of phantom animals.
Rainy, what's going on?
They fight the fey cavort and frolic as they march, eventually washing over you, the party. They caress, dance through, and embrace the strangers before passing on.
Watch where you're
Everyone-
putting your whatever it is you just took.
Everybody gets to make a spirit check at -2.
Oh dear.
Some of you will be automatically getting a bonus because of your resolve, but still popping that -2.
My
Let's
fancy ground isn't responding.
put a Benny on that, shall we?
Oh, Jelsa's critically failed.
And that's with the bonus.
Indeed.
I can't interact with my computer just at the moment. It's got a blue wordy thing and it won't let me do anything.
What, blue screen of death?
No, just the little blue whirly circle.
Oh, blue whirly circle. No problemo. I can do you it for you.
There we go.
Spirit -2. You got a 3. Do you want to spend a penny?
Go on then, just the one.
You failed. You and Jelsa failed.
Okay, never mind.
Okay.
Dondrad failed as well, I think.
Dondrad failed as well, and looks like Bert's failing as well.
No,
Okay.
Bert actually succeeded with the raise.
Snookums failed. Does Snookums want a penny?
Yeah, let's go ahead and Benny it once.
You dancing? You asking? I'm asking. Well, I'm dancing.
Well, this is it. Those who fell are caught up in. The heroes must succeed as a spirit roll or be caught in the ghost party's parade, riveted by the otherworldly spectacle. And obviously, you feel the need to dance with them, and they pass on quite quick, and you are unable to keep up with them. And as they fade away, although you find yourself unnaturally tired.
I love that it's the two half orcs that are just standing there looking nonplussed at everybody else dancing.
So that's unfortunately is and for the next 24 hours you are left with the unnatural chill of the spectral fey that burns you as you danced with them.
You not a dancer then, Bert?
No.
No, me neither.
I've seen people doing it, but I never really understood it.
Farmer Brown used to say I got 2 left feet. I didn't quite understand that because I've obviously got 1 right foot, but no, dancing's just not for me. I mean, look. I could maybe do what Stunty's doing. He just seems to be jumping up and down.
Yeah, like I said, I just don't see the point behind it.
No.
And Jelsa's over here more like spinning and bouncing.
Never really. I mean, what's Snook's doing? I mean, that's weird.
Well, I've learned not to question what he's doing most of the time.
Right, fair enough.
You continue onwards, and eventually you come upon the derelict of a ship inexplicably located 100 miles from the Virisian shore. The vessel is badly worn and covered in thick, dark green moss, but completely intact, and obviously a seagoing model. The ship appears deserted.
All right. Well, you want to take a look then, Stunty?
Well, it's my favourite ship, one on dry land.
Right,
Don't have a map for the ship, but as you assuming you do make your way up onto the deck, the ship is deserted, but you can see there are in every way it's intact. So there's obviously rigging that would take you up to the crow's nest and the others, or obviously steps leading down below deck.
Go on, I'll
Bert
go
is
down.
actually going to climb up to the crow's nest.
Okie dokie. Climbing up to the crow's nest will basically involve a fair bit of climbing.
Now, I tell you what, will she go up there? Have a look to see where we're going, in case we're going in circles.
Oh, I'm pretty sure we're going in circles, but yeah, I'll look.
Actually, yep. Going up from the crow's nest, you can see that you are currently, from your estimate, you obviously the shimmer glens and the white wood areas here. So it's only about a mile. When you stand up on the crow's nest, You can see it's as you look around. You'd say it's no more than a mile across this area of corruption. It feels like you've been in here for hours. But you reckon if you head well, you can see the way out from up here, and you should be able to. It seems relatively straightforward for you to get out. Should be no problem at all. Meanwhile, below decks again, the ship is deserted until you reach the captain's quarters. There you find what you assume to be the long dead captain sitting at a mouldering darkwood harpsichord carved with demons battling angels. He is still dressed in his rotten uniform. He clutches in one hand nautical charts that seem completely unlike anywhere you've recognised, and a silver goblet inlaid with opals in the other. A book of sheet music bearing several lyrical masterpieces sits upon the harpsichord.
Well, if only I could play, you could have another dance, you lot, but I don't. So, this is weird.
Yes? Yes, I agree. This is very, very weird.
So what's the chart? So what's the charts? Is the charts for here? Or...
Make an academics roll or survival roll.
Don't know. To be honest, can I have a nap first?
Yeah, let's have a look at their maps.
The charts. The charts. I've lost it again. The nautical charts. I'm afraid Rannick, you've got no idea, but Dondred, these seem to show lands and seas unlike any you have seen on any map of Lorien.
So you're saying they got a little lost, huh?
Is the harp magical?
Does it look like Charybdis?
You should say that. Actually, I was just looking at. Indeed, it appears to be the charts show a selection of islands centering around something that's marked as the Flotsam Sea. I was actually looking at the map because I couldn't remember what it was called. As soon as you said it's Charybdis. The harpsichord does not appear to be magical, no.
Down.
Rannick will hit a couple of keys and it'll go plinkety plonk, or it won't, depending on
It will go plinkety plonk if you hit a couple of keys. Yep. But as I say, there's so basically the music there appears to be a book upon the harpsichord containing what obviously you recognise as musical notation. It looks a bit of a tatty book.
It's all Chilaxian to me, that. Anybody actually understand this music dotty squiggly stuff?
Irina dropped disconnected from Fantasy Grounds.
Yeah, it completely crashed out, and being as I've got to go to work in very little time, there's no point in me reopening it.
That's absolutely fine.
I'm still here for decision
You're
making.
still here.
But
That's fine. That's absolutely fine. So that seems to be yeah. Yeah.
Irina's probably the only one with the performance skill.
Has Irina
I
got
do have.
Do you have the performance skill? I was wondering if anyone did. Okay.
So I can give it a go for sure. I'm happy to.
You succeeded. You got a 4, even with your fatigue and fear penalties. The songs in the book appear worthless unless a hero makes a performance roll. Looking over the notation, you realise, Irina, the tunes in here appear to be unlike anything that you suspect anyone has ever heard before. The book and the wondrous music contained within could be worth thousands to a collector, musician, or noble.
Oh. Well, in that case, we'll be taking those.
I mean, the goblet's got to be worth something, surely, you know.
Yeah, the goblin's probably quite nice, yeah. And I do need to.
I mean, the charts are not. I mean, the charts are pretty useless, probably. But I don't know. They might be able to sell them. You know, they might be pretty.
I need to add the
Wall
treasure
art.
for the ship.
We could stick them in map room in Fort Rannoch. I mean, the maps are somewhere, obviously.
Don't know. Is it pre-Earth? I don't know. Is it pre-Earth full maps? I don't know.
Well, this
I
place
don't know.
says
I've never heard of that Flotsam Sea. But
this
it's
place
written
is
in
labelled as
Parisian, so,
Taurus Car and Kira and the Whip Islands.
I mean,
None
it's written in Parisian.
None of it's familiar to me.
What is of particular interest is far away to the west of all the other islands appears to be a second smaller chain of islands.
Wow.
Interesting.
At least that was my plan, but they decided they didn't want to play 50 Fathoms, so it never happened. But we're playing Deadlands instead and having fun. Okay.
I love 50 Fathoms. It's amazing. It's the best roleplay setting ever.
The plot point's
Sorry,
a bit on the evil side, isn't it? Basically, the plot point campaign is don't bother actually doing this until they're at least at the higher end of season. Otherwise, they all fall to their death just trying to meet the bloody person who's going to give them the whole mission.
Yes, that's true. However, the fix is
Red, yes.
if you accidentally on purpose send them to meet Kazi Key and they meet Stumpy Pete, who goes, I know where the treasure is, and it takes them to Treasure Island. They find the skull of the Archmage and a scroll of. He also can throw in a scroll of fire to make it obvious.
So, are you taking the music book or the goblet?
Yes, on the music book, certain. I know the value of that. I've been not really looked at the goblet.
Okay, one music book, giving it to Irina with a value. I shall put a value in.
Thank you.
You can. Does anyone want the silver goblet inlaid with opals?
Sounds valuable. I'm sure Jelsa at least would see the value in a goblet of like that.
Just depends if you want to take a goblet from the hands of the dead captain. That's all, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Sure, nothing will go wrong.
I'm not seeing it from dead.
I mean, he's dead. He ain't gonna miss it.
Okay, Jelsa wants the goblet. No problem at all. So apply. There you go. Jelsa prizes the silver goblet inlaid with opals. Oh, everyone else got some money that obviously hadn't been shared out from earlier. Inlaid with opals. You know what?
If this was nice and calm, we could wake him up and ask him questions, right? But A, I'm knackered, and B, it's really strange outside. So
okay. About the same time, although it seems that you may have spent different lengths of time at up deck and below deck, it is strange that about the same time Bert climbs down the rigging and emerges on the deck, and the rest of you come back up from deck stowing away the goblet and the book of music. You'll find as you suddenly notice that sitting upon the deck is a white dog, watching you with milky blind eyes.
A real live dog or a ghost dog?
It appears to be real live, staring at you with milky white eyes.
Well, then I'll use magic to talk to it.
While she's doing her spell, Bird is going to get down on one knee and go, here, Poochie, Poochie, Poochie.
As you cast the spell to talk to it, and Bert gets down on one knee and goes, Poochie, here, Poochie, 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 the dog turns and wanders off into the swamp.
Okay, I find that far spookier than anything else that's happened so far.
It will take a survival roll to track it.
Do we want to do that?
If you want to.
I mean, what? I'm not going to get lost. I mean, don't we just want to follow where Bert found out when he went up the mast?
uncomfortable in this swamp because you're not acting like yourself.
Both Bert and Rannick, you both of you are absolutely you know this is the route the dog took. However, it appears to have walked this way and vanished without a trace.
Anybody else got goosebumps?
Yeah, it was a ghost dog.
Aye.
It is by the you eventually arrive back on the on the edges of the Shimmer Glen. The sun is quite low in the sky.
And what time did we start all these shenanigans?
First thing in the morning.
Do we feel hungry enough for the amount of time that's passed?
I'm sure Rannick does.
Don't know
No,
if he'll
Rannick
sleep.
doesn't, because Rannick has got a ring of sustenance and doesn't need to eat anymore.
Good point, well made.
Don't know. I don't know about eating, but I could do with a snooze. Like now.
Well, let's make camp then.
No, let's just soldier on to get back to town.
You're the one that wanted to snooze.
A bell is, you know what I mean. I could do with a snooze, though, really good.
All right, so we push back onto Turtleback Ferry and then.
I'm going to complain about it all the way there because I just,
Okay, using the prearranged signal.
Oi!
Using the prearranged signal, you wait a while and a ferry comes to pick you up, and he goes. He looks very shocked and surprised to see you. Going, I thought you were never coming back, and he starts rowing you back across the river.
What do you mean you thought we were never going back? We've only been away a day.
No, not at all. Not at all. I don't know what you're talking about. You entered the Shimmer Glens on Far Day, the 3rd of Serenth. It's now
isn't
Moon
that what-
Day.
well, we've been in all weekend.
Weekend you can't remember. I've had a couple of those.
After 3 days worth of you get back into Turtle Ferry. It's the water levels seem to have got back to normal in the 3 days you appear to be gone, which is really depressing, really. Because so anyone who has had the resolve and the fear, they go away.
Did Yap come with us?
No, he was
Okay.
you didn't see him when you left.
Okay.
What's really interesting is if you, not that she's an easy fight at all, if you actually defeat the ghost that wants her lover back, the next day when she rises back up, she sends Yap to go and fetch you again. But anyway, that's by the by. So from a
Do
fatigue
we lose
point
our
of view,
fatigue if we rest overnight? And
24 hours from it'll take tomorrow morning it will go. If you want to spend the night in town, your fatigues will go away, and obviously your power points will regenerate.
I think that makes sense, and then we can.
Don't forget, it will cost you a gold piece each to spend the night in that nice fellow's place.
Bugger that! I'm gonna camp on the riverside.
Because I could buy half the town. It's only a gold piece for it.
I'll camp with you, but not for not wanting to spend the money, but because I prefer being outdoors.
I don't want to be in town by myself, so I will too.
Okie doke. If you want to spend the night in town, it'll cost you a gold piece. Everyone will get their power points back.
Don,
Just
it sounds like you and I are the only ones sleeping in town.
Well, okay. I don't want to do it by myself because it's like near the water and everything. So
that strikes me, given they've all the fun. You stride out in the morning from Turtleback Ferry, either to Hook Mountain or back up the river to the dam at
Damn good idea.
Skull's Crossing. I think that's a good place to leave.
So on the map, can you mark the dam and hook whatever it is mountain?
That would be a sensible thing to do, wouldn't it? Where's World Builder? So I need to create a new entry for Skulls Crossing.
It's World Builder an extension you've added?
Yep.
He will look it up. Yes.
Then I need to share that. There's not a lot of information in it right now, but it's there just for the point of letting you click on it. Then I need another one for Hook Mountain.
Oh, by the way, I've got a suggestion for you as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so what was I going to look up? So the character builder has now gone to a new version of it.
Version 3,
And
yeah.
Yeah, and I think you can share character sheets online with people.
Yeah, you can create campaigns and stuff. It's interesting in that sort. Okay, so there is Skulls Crossing, the dam. Obviously, I'll post it up so you should be able to add your own notes on. And up here is Wyverns Crossing. Likewise, if you on the calendar, I have actually created some entries to say when you entered the Shibboleths and when you left the Shibboleths. So there's also, I think you can make your own notes in the calendars as well. So there we go.
So sorry, what's it in the map? Where's it on the map? Yes, right, okay. Yeah, so Hook Mountain is a wee bit kind of off track.
I have to approve those, don't I? Oh no, they're straight. No, they're in there. I don't have to approve them or anything. That's cool. It's just very strange how it phrases them, isn't it?
Do you think that Hook? What she said that Hook Mountain was kind of like their main base, and then or is Skullcross and some shenanigans of stunt they've pulled?
Well, she said it was the Krieg ogres took him.
That's what
That
she
does
said.
sound familiar, yeah.
From Fort Rannick, apparently.
Yeah, yeah. I wonder because they get raided Fort Rannick, whether they just bust the dam for spite before retreating back to. Either way, I don't know. It might be easier to get to the dam first and before we got up the mountain.
Yeah.
Because it's on the same level-ish.
Yeah, I
It's
think we should check out
30 miles
the
as the
dam
crow flies getting to the dam, so it's probably he's probably camping halfway up, isn't it, and then continuing on.
Well, we can probably stop at Fort Rannick, can't we?
15 miles as the crow flies to Fort Rannick, yeah. Yeah, so 15 miles back to Fort Rannick, spend the night, and then carry on up to the dam.
And then after the dam, take the pass up, and then you walk along the top of the ridge.
12.5 miles from Fort Rannick to the dam, and then it is 25 miles as the crow flies. Which obviously you'll probably do it in a slightly different route, wouldn't you? But yeah, I just use a token. I'll have to create a little party token that I can drop on the map and move you can plot movements out on it.
I vote Snookums is our party token.
Well, I was going to use your Hero Forge up characters if I can fit them on.
Yeah, I'll do a group shot.
Yeah, I was going to make a group shot and try and turn that into a token to have it as a party token. Then I have to create an NPC called Party because obviously you can't put things on maps anymore without them having bloody NPCs attached to them. Which is a shame. Actually, I haven't had it for years, and it was for Fantasy Grounds 1, not Unity and all that. But we used to play Risk on Fantasy Grounds in the old days, where you could just drop things on maps without having anything attached to them. But that was a long time ago.
So, just another thing before we go, just to clarify, are allied NPCs working or not?
Not properly anymore.
No, I think there's a few people testing it at the minute. I was supposed to do a test and I had to cancel the game. So you reckon it's borked it together? Is
People
it
are
not
saying
working?
it is, and people are saying it is, and obviously it didn't look. It didn't look. Bert had some fun and games today. Whether that was related to
It's going to be
how.
a change in core.
Oh, it's going to be a change in core. It always is, because obviously there's been nothing changed on the rule sets for a while, and it's affecting.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? So yeah, that's where it is. But who knows? So there we shall leave the party as they prepare their plans for next time. Sorry, it was a bit bitty at the start. I'll edit out the start later, and hopefully next week I'll have sorted out all my sound issues and worked out how all my sound configuration used to be. Thank you, Windows, for rebooting and rearranging all my sound devices. But anyway, hope you enjoyed it.